So last season, I was a pretty big fan of Occultic 9. Uh, Not so much really for any part of the animation or much of the story, but because it was so unique to me. It told a story in a very strange way, and a very strange story. So, Chaos Child, which is an anime adaptation of a visual novel that I've never played. I'm reading here. It takes place in October 2015. You actually start out, though, I think, in November 2009. And actually, in this first episode, it actually goes through two 20-minute episodes, so the actual thing is like 45 minutes long. But you have an episode 0, which sets up the story in episode 1. I'm guessing for the rest of the season. I don't know if every episode is going to be 45 minutes long and have 2 full-length episodes in them, but if it happens that way, it happens that way. I'm not going to complain. It's just a long time of watching. But anyway, it takes place episode 0 in 2009. And all these events start happening in the Shibuya district in Japan, and it's a really odd thing. You can probably tell it's from a visual novel based on how everything is animated and the advertisements and how pretty lifelike it is, or true to the actual places. It says here that it takes place 6 years after the events of Chaos Head. Now, I will say that episode 1, which is the second episode in this 45-minute block of time, episode 1 takes place 6 years after episode 0. So there's a pretty big gap. Now, whether or not characters have come into episode 1 and from episode 0, I can't say definitively, but I think so. You go ahead, give the episode a watch. If you are a fan of Occultic 9 and you like kind of supernatural anime and supernatural shows, really, I don't think you have to like supernatural anime to like this. Go ahead, give it a watch. It may confuse some people who can't follow along with like very choppy story, a very choppy story, but I think it caught my attention, and I plan on at least giving this the full season run. I did that with Occultic 9, and it didn't turn out that bad. I will say, though, this anime does have violence. It does show violence, and it's currently ranked a 7.4 out of from over 1,200 viewers. So I will say, if you like supernatural and kind of horror-esque shows, you'll like this. You'll enjoy it. If you like the Occultic 9, you'll enjoy this. It has a lot of violence in it, and not too much graphic violence, but you see the outcome, and you can probably get what they're suggesting. I say give it a view, at least. This is like 2 episodes in one, so you're like 2/3 there if you're doing the 3-episode rule. I thought it was a pretty good one. I recommend it for viewing at least the first episode. Thank you guys for watching. Was this review helpful? Tell me in the comments below what you think of Chaos Child, if you've played the visual novel, or if you plan on watching the anime or playing the visual novel. I will say, if you know what's going to happen, don't tell me. Because it's like I said with a few other shows. Some have manga adaptations, some have visual novels. I don't want to know how it's going to end if I plan on watching it. And I do. So, thank you for your time. Hope you have a great day. Bye bye.